Good morning, everybody. This is Stephen Pugh of the Home Bible College. It's May the 17th and we're looking at 1 Chronicles chapter 19. And here we have the beginning of a great series of battles and wars that occur between Ammon and Syria. Now, Ammon is what we today call southern Jordan, and Syria, well, we all know what Syria is. We're all very familiar with Syria. Now it came to pass that after this, that Nahash, the king of the children of Ammon, died, and his son reigned in his stead. And David said, I will show kindness unto Hanun, the son of Nahash, because his father showed kindness to me. And David sent messengers to comfort him concerning his father. So the servants of David came into the land of the children of Ammon to Hanun to comfort him. But the princes of the children of Ammon said to him, Do you think that David has come to show honour to thy father? He sent his servants that they might spy on the land. So Hanun took David's servants, and he shaved them and cut off their garments in the midst of their buttocks and sent them away. Now they were certain that told David how that the men had been treated. And he sent to meet them, for the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, Tarry at Jericho until your beards be grown, and then return. And when the children of Ammon saw that they had made themselves odious to David, Hanun and the children of Ammon sent 1,000 talents of silver to hire chariots and horsemen out of Mesopotamia, and out of Syria, Makkah, and out of Zobah. And so they hired 32,000 chariots, and the king of Makkah and his people. And they came and pitched in Medeba. And the children of Ammon gathered themselves together from their cities and came to battle. And when David heard it, he sent Joab and all the host of the mighty men. And the children of Ammon came out, and they put the battle in array before the gate of the city, and the kings that were with them by themselves in the field. Now when Joab saw that the battle was set against them before and behind, he chose out of all the choice of Israel and put them in array against the Syrians. And the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Abishai his brother, and they set them in array against the children of Ammon. And he said, If the Syrians are too strong for me, then I will come and help you. But if the children of Ammon are too strong for you, then I will help you. But, he says, and my password is verse 13, he says, Be of good courage, and let us behave ourselves valiantly for our people, and for the cities of our God, and let the Lord God do that which is good in his sight. What a great statement that is. He says, we're going to have courage ourselves. We're going to be valiant in battle. We're going to be fighting for the cities, and we will leave everything in the hand of the Lord. He will do what is right in his sight. That's an amazing, amazing guy. Joab was a great man for David. And what happened? Well, when the Syrians drew nigh to battle, they fled before him. And when the children of Ammon saw that the Syrians were fled, they also fled as well. When the battle moved towards Jerusalem, David came and took control of the battle. And David slew of the Assyrians 7,000 men which fought in chariots, and 40,000 footmen, and Shaphat, the captain of the host. And when the servants of Hadarezer saw that they were put to the worst before Israel, they made peace with David and became his servants, and neither would the Syrians help the children of Ammon any more. See, these two nations thought, we'll have them, we'll conquer them, we will destroy them by a pincer movement, we'll fight together, and they'll have to fight us on two fronts. They didn't want to join with the Syrians anymore. And the Syrians wouldn't help the children of Ammon anymore. It came to pass that after the year had expired, at the time when kings go out to battle, that Joab led forth the power of his army, and he wasted the country of Ammon, and came and besieged Ramah, and David tarried at Jerusalem, and Joab smote Rabbah and destroyed it, totally destroyed it. And David took the crown of their king from off his head and found it to weigh a talent of gold, and there were precious stones in it, and it was put upon David's head. And he brought also exceedingly great spoil out of the city, and he brought out the people that were in it, and they were all executed. And so this is how David dealt with all the cities of the children of Ammon. And David and all the people, when they had destroyed Ammon completely, they returned to Jerusalem. Now it came to pass that after this that there was a war in Gezer with the Philistines, and Shibachai the Hushite slew Shaphi, that was of the children of the giant. Then there was another war with the Philistines, and Elhan the son of Jai slew Lamni, the brother of Goliath the Gittite. And then there was another war at Gath, and there was a man of great stature, whose fingers and toes were 24, 6 on each hand and 6 on each foot. And he was also the son of the giant. But when he defied Israel, Jonathan the son of Shimea, David's brother, slew him. And so the giants that the Philistines had, which were they were these huge mutations. These probably were the similar giants that existed in the days of Noah. These were fierce men of huge stature and massive strength. They were killed by David's servants. Now chapter 21 is a terribly sad passage. Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. David thought he was doing a good thing. He didn't realize that he was inspired of Satan to do this thing. Lots of other people could see it, but David couldn't see it at the time. And David said to Joab and to the rulers of the people, "Go and number Israel from Beersheba to Dan, from the exceedingly south to the north of Israel, and bring the number to me that I may know it." And Joab answered, "The Lord make his people 100 times so more as they are, but my lord the king are not all my Lord's servants. Why then doth my Lord require this thing? Why will he cause a trespass to Israel?" Nevertheless, the king's word prevailed against Joab, and therefore Joab departed and went throughout all Israel and came to Jerusalem. And Joab gave the number of the sum of the people of Israel. There were 1,100,000 that drew the sword. That is, it's just in the army. And in Judah there were 400, and there were 70,000 that drew the sword. He didn't number Levi and he didn't number Benjamin, because the king's word was an abomination to Joab. Joab was incredibly sad about it, and God was displeased with this thing, and therefore he smote Israel. And David said to God, "I have sinned greatly, because I have done this thing. But now I beseech thee, do away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly." And the Lord spoke to Gad, David's seer, saying, now notice, the Lord isn't speaking to David now, not until the matter's put right. And the Lord spake unto Gad, David's, "Go and tell David, saying, Thus saith the Lord, I will offer thee 3 things. Choose one of them, that I may do unto thee." So Gad came to David and said unto him, "Thus saith the Lord, choose 3 years of famine, or 3 months destroyed by thy foes, or 3 days the sword of the Lord, even pestilence in the land, and the angel of God destroying throughout all the coasts of Israel. Now therefore advise thyself what word I shall bring again to thee that sent me." And David said unto Gad, "I am in a strait. Let me fall now into the hand of the Lord, for very great are his mercies, but let me not fall into the hand of man." So the Lord sent pestilence upon Israel, and there fell of Israel 70,000 men. And God sent an angel unto Jerusalem to destroy it. And as he was destroying, The Lord beheld, and it repented him of the evil. And he said to the angel that destroyed, It is enough, stay thy hand. And the angel of the Lord stood at the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. And David lifted up his eyes and saw the angel of the Lord standing between earth and heaven, having a drawn sword in his hand, stretched out over Jerusalem. And David and the elders of Israel were clothed in sackcloth, and they fell on their faces. And David said unto God, Is it not I that commanded the people to be numbered? Even I that have sinned and done evil indeed? But as for these sheep, what have they done? Let thine hand, I pray thee. In other words, it's stay your hand, I pray thee, O Lord my God. Be on me and on my father's house, but not on the people, that they should be plagued. And the angel of the Lord commanded Gad to say to David, that David should go up and set up an altar unto the Lord in the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. Now when he went up there, Ornan was threshing wheat, and David came to him, and he said, Grant me a place for the threshing floor, that I may build an altar thereon, and grant it for full price, that the plague may be stayed from the people. And Ornan said, Take it, let my lord the king do that which is good in his eyes. I will give you the oxen for the burnt offerings, and the threshing floor for wood, and the wheat for the meat offering. I will give it all. And David said to Ornan, No, I will pay the full price. I will not take that which is thine for the Lord, or burnt offering without cost. And David built there an altar unto the Lord, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings, and called upon the name of the Lord. And he answered from heaven by fire upon the altar of burnt offering. What a thing. What a thing. David just made this terrible, terrible mistake. You see, the thing about the kings of Israel is this, that they were in a position of huge power. What they did had such a huge effect upon the people. Verse 30. David could not go before it to inquire of God, for he was afraid because of the sword of the angel of the Lord. There are people that think that the only things that exist in the world are animals and man. It's not like that at all. There are angels too. And the angel of the Lord, they are something to be greatly feared. God unleashed his angel upon Israel in judgment, and David was afraid. Well, God bless you. Look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.